Catch 'em all.
What's up, everybody? You know who it is. It's your boy, DG Blades, coming at you. And I'm here as your best friend, showing you Ebony Illusionist deck tech here. This is based around Pendulum Magicians. Pendulum Magicians. And I'm going to show you off first by showing you what card to run, and then I'm going to take you off into a few casual duels. And we're just going to see if we can win, but mostly just trying to show off the deck here. Alright, so we're running 2 Alert of Darkness here as our draw power. We really don't want to use it a lot, despite, draw power is phenomenally amazing. But the sole fact is we draw 2, we're going to discard a card as long as it's, a dark type. If not, we have to send our whole entire hand, which is negative. So, like I said, this card's either going to help us or it's really not. But going up here with our next card, Fusion Conscription allows us to get a card from our graveyard or our deck of basically we'll reveal a fusion monster. So example would be our Amulet Dragon, and we can get out Dark Magician from our deck or graveyard. Now, if you guys do play this card, you can't special summon it the turn you guys play this card. Or at least, the cards with the same name. So we could search Odd Eyes and still get out, our Dark Magician that way. This is just a good card for getting cards out of our graveyard or searching for our combo pieces faster. We are going to run 3 MSTs, Mystical Space Typhoons. This will get rid of a target spell or trap on the field and destroy it. It helps us out with those tedious continuous traps or spells, or definitely if we just are afraid of whatever they have in the back. We want to make sure that we're at top notch when we're going to start off our combos and stuff like that. We don't want to get negated, because since we're running pendulums, if you get negated while you're pendulum summoning, the whole thing goes down, which is a big no-no. You're going to run 1 Odd Eyes Fusion. Allows us to search our deck for, or I guess it allows us to fusion summoning while using cards either on the field or even in our deck, as long as our component controls 2 or more monsters and we control no monsters. Well, so we can, usually with this card, you're going to get out your Vortex Dragon, which is a really good piece for it. You don't have to get out Vortex Dragon, but the negate ability on Vortex Dragon that we'll get to is phenomenal. We're running 3 Pendulum Calls. We discard a card and we can add 2 Pendulum Magicians with different names to our deck. So in this deck, as you're going to see, this card helps out get us basically any magician from our deck, as long as it's not Dark Magician. Since our deck is straight magicians, so besides Dark Magician and Odd Eyes, we can search our whole deck for whatever we want. This I usually use to get out my combo pieces for my pendulums. So which means we are gonna run Time Gazer and Stargazer. So as long as we don't have a creature out, and we don't have them in our hand, we we search, and we get out instantly to our pendulums to start summoning, start doing our combos. So this card has to be a 3-0 in my opinion. Summoner's Art. You can add 1 level 5 or higher normal monsters from your deck to your hand. So this can be our Dark Magician. This can be there's another, I think it's this guy, not really sure. There's another Pendulum Magician here that is considered a normal monster. So either we can get those out straight from our deck, so it's put them straight to our hand. We're running 2 Eye of Tamitis. So Eye of Tamitis is, we'll basically take a Dark Magician from our hand, we can fuse it with Eye of Tamitis, and we can get out a fusion card. So we're running 2 of those or two different kinds. We are running Dark Paladin, Amulet Dragon. Depending on what is happening, depending on what you're going to fusion. A lot of times you're either going to go straight Dark Paladin, but depending on what your opponent's playing, if it's Recursion Graveyard, stuff like that, it'll play a lot of spell cards. We're going to run Amulet Dragon. You know, we want to get the most power that we can out of this. So we do run one Upstart Goblin. You know, we draw one card. Our opponent gains 1,000 life. That's a little, you know, that's the drawback on the cards for drawing the card, but, you know, we gotta do what we gotta do here. We are running our staple of 3 Dark Magicians. And that's basically why I tell you about Dark Magician. I mean, it's a normal monster, what do you want to do? Alright, we're running Dragon Pit Magician, 3 of. Basically, he is a 8 counter for your pendulums. He can basically, his ability is you discard a pendulum monster, destroy a spell or trap card. Basically basically another MST if we're just running it that far behind. Again, you're not going to want him in your pendulum zone unless you really have to. Dark Pulse Magician here. Basically this is has the same effect, but at the same time we don't really care. It's not something we really need. So you can do Dragon Pulse with a Dragon Pit to get out whatever we need. Odd Eyes, staple in the deck, 3 of, have to be. We run too many cards that have all around Odd Eyes with Dark Magician here. I can't really say any more. You know, you can basically put this straight in your Pendulum Zone if we know we don't have anything. This is our first hand. So you put them straight into our Pendulum Zone. You will use this ability to get destroyed, and we can search for a Pendulum monster. I guess Pendulum Magician. We're running 1 Skull Crobat here. So basically, we run 1 of him. He's really only good, in my opinion, for his normal summoning. So basically, when you play him, we get another draw power, Dark Magicians, Odd Eyes, straight from our deck to our hand. Don't never put him in your Pendulum Zone unless you really have to. He is not really what you want to put in your Pendulum Zone. Again, these 2 guys right here, Stargazer and Time Gazer. We run 2 Stargazer, 3 Time Gazer. That is what I just figured it was the perfect little combo around it, or the best amount. I don't really think 3 and 3 is really that good. So I think 2 and 3 is the perfect for the deck. So Stargazer here is going to make it where if we attack with a pendulum monster, it cannot activate their spells when we attack. Time Gazer does the same thing but for traps. Time Gazer also cannot be played if we have a monster on the field. This is why he's usually our first thing we want to put down. So this stops our, you know, our opponent's mirror forces. It stops, you know, negate attack, whatever, you know, whatever is bad, you know, with like things we don't want to see. We run 1 Wisdom Eye Magician. This card discarded, I guess. I don't even know, man. We're just running him. And then this guy, 2,500 deck, fucking. Oh my god. Goddamn. Thing being a magician here. Alright, so this says once per turn here. Basically, is our same thing. We turn 1 light monster, we can negate its effect. And then we can use this card to help with our XYZ material. Remember, guys, it's first deck tech. We're just trying to run with it. Alright. So, let's start with our extra deck. We're running 2 Amulet Dragons with 2 Dragon Paladin. Now you could say, you have 2 Eye of Timaeuses, why are you running 4? This is just for the, in case we need a second one. It's basically what it's there, just in case. Because we run 2 Eye of Timaeuses, we don't want to go, you know, Amulet Dragon, Dark Paladin, Amulet Dragon. You know, you can, but this way it just opens up the board of going, alright, our Dark Paladin was the biggest threat. You know, we get another Eye of Tobias in our hand, we can get another Dark Paladin because we know it was hard for them. Same thing as Amulet Dragon. Basically, it's there for your option keys. Alright, we're running one Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon, as I was saying before. This card, you can target one face-up monster, return it to their hand, and then during that player's turn, when a spell or trap card, basically, you can shuffle one Pendulum Magician to negate, or yeah, we can shuffle one Pendulum monster face-up, and then we can basically negate, which is really good. Negate power is really good. Running Rune Eyes Pendulum Dragon. This could also be used when we have our Odd Eyes Fusion. Basically, it's just a really high power card. It does, you know, do different effects depending of what kind of card we're using to bring it out. But in my case, this is just a powerhouse. Is basically what we have for it, just in case. So we're running Chronomaly Crystal Krynot. This is where, if we have our Time Gazers out in the field, and we don't want Time Gazer out on the field. Time Gazer is really weak, 1,200 attack, or 12,000. So basically, we XYZ. If we run into this problem, and we trade it off for a 21,000, it says, you know, when we basically get rid of material, basically our card doesn't take battle damage, and also our opponent takes any battle damage that we would have taken instead. We're also running a Dark Rebellion XYZ. This is for Pulse, in case we have Pulse out, or Wisdom or Crobat. So we can trade it off, get rid of both XYZ materials that we have, target one face-up monster, it loses half its attack, and we gain half that attack. So this is very good. Here's one of your key cards in your deck is the Ebony Illusionist Magician. You have your two level 7 monsters here, which would be, you know, you can use Dark Magician, Odd Eyes, there's a lot of 7s in this deck to help you get that card out. Basically, when you have it down, you're gonna get rid of material, get a Dark Magician from either your hand or deck. When a normal magician attacks, or yeah, so when normal magician attacks, its ability activates where you can banish one card on the zone, or any zone. So it can be the field card, it could be spell card, trap card, it could be somebody else's pendulum. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's very good. You can also do it once. It's only going to happen one turn. We're running one Mermail Endergos, 2/7 water monsters. We do run 2/7 water monsters. This again is just in case of what we run into. We never know. So it says this card can negate the effects of all face-up monsters our opponent currently controls that have less attack point of this card until the end of turn. Basically, we never know what we're going to run into, so basically this is just another option for our deck. Number 11, Big Eye here, basically allows us, we discard a material, and also we take control of their monster. Very good if we're facing a mirror deck or anything else like that. Basically, again, allows us to steal their combo pieces, their things, and allows us to continue on with our plays. Odd Eyes Absolute Dragon here. Basically, you get rid of it. You get rid of material. You can special summon an Odd Eyes from your graveyard. When the card dies, you can get a card from your extra deck of Odd Eyes, which will be our Odd Eyes Rebellion Dragon. Easiest way to get it out is just to let Odd Eyes Absolute Dragon go. I mean, we could also still 2/7 dragon type monsters. You can still get that just with Odd Eyes, but in my opinion, able to get Odd Eyes out on the field, or able to get this card out on the field using Odd Eyes to do it, throw away Odd Eyes and bring Odd Eyes back to the field is so much more value than just getting out Rebellion Dragon. We're also running one Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon. This just allows us to, we get rid of a card, and each time they would activate a spell, they inflict 500 damage to them after their spell resolves. So this is our sideboard. We're running one Mirage Knight, and we're basically running that for if we decide to run Dark Flare Knight, because we can get Dark Flare Knight really easily just with Eye of Timaeus. So with this card, if you sideboard this card in, you want to sideboard your Mirage just to continue the combo pieces. This is also an 8 to a 6. We do not run any 8s, but this card is too good not to run it if we are running Dark Flare Knight just as a key. We have an Abyss, we have a Sky Blaster Musketeer, and another Ebony Elusive Magician, just in case we run 3 of. I never really would need to run 3 of Ebony Illusionist, but it is there just in case if you feel comfortable with it. You could take out an Amulet Dragon, you could take out whatever you feel is necessary, but I feel this is the key of the deck. Now we're about to hop into a few casual matches at this Alliance. He's playing like DDD. I might feel a little scared. Paper game 1. That's nice. Rock sides did not win. He wants to go second. That is fine. So this deck has potential of also going first. Alright. So, on the bright side of us going first, we can just go ahead and start getting off our combo. We're gonna get alert. We're gonna toss our alert. Now we can get Time Gazer, and we can get this guy. So we are going to toss down our Time Gazer. We are going to just throw down Stargazer. We're going to go ahead and Pendulum Summon both these two guys. Usually we could throw that card down in defense position. In this case, because our goal is to get our Ebony Elusive Magician out right away, we do not mind. We're going to thin our deck out by tossing away a card to grab our Dark Magician. Then we're going to reveal one card from here. We're going to grab Odd Eyes and show off our Odd Eyes Fusion. And now we end turn. Now we're going to see what our opponent plays. This is a very good start for what we have. Now he could just board wipe the field. Alright, so he gets rid of our time. Alright. Didn't really work out for him so much, I guess. So we could be seeing a Zodia deck. Or he's just playing Blue Eyes. Alright, his Return of the Dragon is gonna let him get one. Alright, so he kills off our Ebony Illusionist, which is fine. So he plays the Spirit Dragon. Let's see here. I think get a Blue Eyes out. That's fine. Ah, you got a Dragon Spirit. White. Oh. Oh, this could be going bad. I was gonna go ahead MST. Ooh. Person a gnarly blue eyes. Because we have to now, we're gonna throw that down. This is about to get a very interesting game. Alright, I would rather just go for the trade now. We're gonna attack his we're gonna attack his garden. So we are also going to end our turn now. We're going to activate Odd Eye's effect. And then we are going to regrab Stargate. So we're not in the best position, but we're also not in the worst position. Never mind, we're now in the worst position we could be in. I guess we play Upstart. Beacon Gray, we play Summer's Art. Grab our Dark Magician. And in this case, I think I don't want to. I think we just end turn though. Now we don't want to get our Pendulum pieces away. So, if this game would have played out differently, put down in the comments of what you guys would have done differently in this situation. I just think it was just, I don't know, probably misplayed somewhere. Overall, this deck seems pretty cool though, from what he's playing. But we are still not out. Despite. Alright, never mind. We're probably dead here. So as long as he attacks us and puts his card in attack position, he can kill us for lethal. We're selecting 3 cards to throw in the graveyard. So we're gonna grab Pulse. We're gonna throw Pulse. We're gonna throw Crobat. Actually, Crobat still might be a play. No, we need to toss Crobat. Yeah, we need to toss Wisdom. But I don't see why it mattered, since he can attack us for lethal. Once he can't attack. Now I'm just confused at what he's just doing. Alright, I guess he's just flexing, I guess. Alright, good game to our opponent. Could have been changed. Probably couldn't have had to go off into our Ebony Illusionist. We probably could have went into some different card here. But then again, I'm also not as... I don't feel like that's bad. I feel like this hand could be probably bad though. So depending on what we draw here, we're probably gonna Fusion Conscription, throw grab Odd Eyes, throw Odd Eyes into our Pendulum zone, and turn. Is what I'm saying. Let's go ahead and upstart. I like that. Alright, this has got a lot better here. We are going to throw away... I think we throw away our conscription here. And we're going to grab our Time Gazer. And we're going to grab this guy. So we're going to play Summoner's Art. We are now going to toss down Time Gazer with Stargazer. Right now, we could fusion with Eye of Timitus as soon as we Pendulum Summon. So, I'm just going to throw all three of these down. We're going to put you in attack position. Put you in defensive position. And throw you in attack position. So if we really wanted to, we could potentially get out our Dark Paladin. This says keep your spell out of the way. During each player, when a spell card is activated, you discard a card and we can negate it. I'm actually thinking that's probably a decent play right now, but we won't have any cards in our hand to even negate the effect. So I think we're gonna grab Ebony Illusionist just right now. So we are going to toss one to get out. Honestly, I think I chose the wrong card here. Probably didn't have to choose. Probably shouldn't even chose Dark Magician here. Yeah, I think that's exactly what happened. I think I chose the wrong card here. Personally. Or no, I mean, this would still be fine though. So we could get out another one. Let's do it. Let's get out another one. Let's this is a deck tech question to myself this time. We're just trying to see what we can do here. I'm not really worried with Dark Magician in our graveyard. We're gonna toss one, get our last one out. And we're gonna attack for almost lethal here. So we're gonna attack with this card. We're gonna use Ebony Illusionist's ability to banish that card. Continue our attack. Alright, then now we're just gonna end turn. So if we didn't use Upstart, obviously he would have been out of 500. So we're gonna draw. And honestly, we're just going to regular summon this card. We can go ahead and use our ability to lose invisibility, throw away Dark Magician, and we're gonna Pulse. So we're actually going to. So we're gonna attack with Dark Magician here, use Ebony Illusion's ability, and we're gonna get rid of that back row. Oh no, Mirror Force. Well, that's a little sad. But it's fine though. So now we're just gonna let it go. So obviously, if we wanted to avoid that, I didn't obviously know what it was. But if we wanted to avoid that, we would have used the guy right here that's actually on top. Since he's actually a normal magician, with Pendulum, it would have activated this guy's ability, and we would have got rid of that back row. Probably could have won the game right there. That was just my bad of not actually realizing it at that time. I think we still throw down autos here. And just in case if our cards are weak enough, we're an XYZ here. We're not going to use our ability, obviously, because we can't. But we're still not out though with our Dark Magician. We can still use our Conscription to grab it back and then wait a turn, and then we would be able to use Itemitis to get one of our extra hits. Which would probably in that case, Dark Paladin would probably be the play at that point. Insects are pretty weird. I don't think there would be in. So I'm not really worried at all. So what we're gonna draw today. Alright, so here's the thing that we run into now, right? At this point, we could go into our extra deck, but at this point, there's no point of XYZ summoning. Just right at this point, because we have lethal. So now even if our cards do die, they would just go back into our extra deck, which is fine with us. The worst right now that he could have on the field, since he's playing insects, is probably a Man-Eater Bug and destroy our last card attacking. so he stays alive for a turn, which he does not. But this will allow him to get a creature though, to allow him to put it into defense position. I don't know if he had to that in attack position, because now we just attack. Alright, so now this is on him for what he plays. And now it depends on what he attacks. So our thing is that probably his best case is destroy our Dark Rebellion Dragon. If he doesn't, we win the game. That's basically what it's come down to at the moment. He's probably sitting here reading our cards. And let's see here. While this card remains on the field, lose 500 attack. That's just fine. So he can destroy 2 of our cards. Okay. So he's chosen Odd Eyes, but you can still get Odd Eyes at back. Like I'm saying, his best bet. Okay. He must have a trap. All right, there's our fusion conscription. There's our dark magician. And he ends turn. What? Okay, so we're gonna fusion conscription to grab a dark magician. We're showing that we have, I don't know, Amulet Dragon at this point. I guess just in case things go bad, we're gonna bring out these 2 guys. I'm really guessing he didn't read our dragon, because half his attack on any card of his is lethal. So we're gonna go ahead to use our card ability. Get rid of we're gonna lower the one on this one because it is less. Our card is now 31,000, and we're just going to attack that one card. All right, so I have no idea what our opponent was doing there. Obviously, his best bet there would have been attack with Dark Rebellion Dragon. I have no living clue why he did not, but that is his fault, not ours. This is Ebony Eluda's Pendulum Magicians. Yeah, so let me guys know what you guys think. This deck, 1-1, lost 1. Actually, lost to a really good deck, in my opinion. And we beat a mediocre deck, I'm sorry to say. But does not mean I don't think that deck probably could have ran us for our money. But, guys, this is my deck take on our Magicians here. Let me guys know what you guys would have done better. Let me know what you guys would have changed. Let me know what plays you guys would have done differently in that first game. Oh, I don't even want to think about that game. Nah, I'm kidding. But yeah, guys, this is me signing out, and let me know what kind of deck you would want to see next in Yu-Gi-Oh. This is Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist for the Xbox. This deck would also run the same in Switch and runs the same in the PS4. So if you guys do see this deck, or even run in real life, I do think this deck in actually real life is actually still really good. It'll still beat maybe not much with links, and obviously in this game I'm not experimenting with links, but I will be doing an update version of this deck when I get a capture card for my Switch there. So this is me signing out. See y'all later.